I'm in the dark. Okay, so there was this dude by the fire, right? And he summoned all these frogs, and the frogs were really scary because they were really big frogs. And so it was me and the tiny guy, and he had more frogs surrounding him. So I decided to save the stabby guy so he could kill all of the things. And that was going pretty well until the dwarf showed up, and then my stabby guy decided to save the dwarf instead of me. And so the frogs that were eating me continued to do that, while the stabby guy that I saved went and stabbed a bear off of a dwarf. But first, the dwarf came in and wrestled the bear, and then the frogs poisoned me till I couldn't move, and then ate me like a boa constrictor up to my shoulders, pretty much. And then the dragonkin came and squished the last frog. And so now I'm pretty sure I owe him my life. The end.
I think we need to make it a tradition to have part 2 always open with in-character recaps from Din, because part 2 will be like, people will skip part 1, they'll just watch part 2 of every session.
Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much a fairly accurate breakdown. The aftermath of the battle. So right now, Din is paralyzed, lying on the ground covered in frog spittle.
So
Yum.
when Brieg manages to shake off the fear and comes sprinting back, he's going to check and make sure that Din is still breathing and stuff.
And she is.
Okay.
Only
It's good that the
very- it's
paralytic
very
didn't
shallow
affect your
breathing.
diaphragm.
Yeah. It's very, very shallow. Like, you can tell that there's not a lot moving inside of her either. Like, her pulse is slow, her breathing is shallow. She's also very wounded, so...
Well, I would like to do some healing.
Okay.
I would like to receive some healing. What a
I'd
plan.
like to thank you for healing, but I can't talk.
Can't say anything.
Just come over here to the healing area. Oh wait, I don't have the
There's
thing
5
up.
for Din. And another 8 for Din. And... did I hear there's a place where you can cast at a higher level? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I think there's a thing...
Oh, at higher levels. There's a checkbox here. Oh, it's on the macros. I'm not really clear how that works. Last time I just changed the heal amount to the level I was going to use.
Yeah, just do that. That's fine.
Ah,
Minimum roll! No!
Yeah.
And
other-
while you're all sort of healing and checking Din and all of that nonce, Mr. Bear disappears and is replaced.
Okay, good.
that's because he was the jungly dude that turned into a bear.
Where is Jungly Dude? There he is. Is now a feral, furry man lying on the ground where the bear corpse was.
Well, I can't eat that. This is... Ugh.
I'm going to go and rummage through his pockets, if he has such a thing.
Yeah, he's not wearing pants, or any kind of shirt, but he's wearing like a big hooded robe that has several pockets and hidden, like, recesses within the robe, like places where he can store, you would guess, like spell components and things like that. And you rummage through his thing, so you're going to search his corpse.
Yeah.
Okay. So on his corpse, you don't find much of, like... There's no money, there's no gems, there's nothing that has any kind of traditional wealth. He's got a shillelagh, like a hooked club, gnarled club, sort of tucked into a waistband, and all of the pockets are filled with weird things. Some really unusual mushrooms, some herbs, and some weird dusts and powders. And
Harbeck gives a very excited look at Tabarin, who he's seen collecting samples also.
Brig.
Yeah.
Brig.
No, I mean,
But,
if Harbeck sees
in-
mushrooms in character, that's what Harbeck would do.
Look at Tavern like, ooh, mushrooms.
Harbeck, none of this looks of much interest to me, but I assume you'll put it in a beer.
Well, is it made of food?
Maybe.
Perfect! That's the best answer.
So Harbeck, you can note down that you have, like a lot of it is loose, just in like sewn in pockets and things. So you could like try and collect everything individually and
Do some sorting and, sample bagging and whatever.
Option number 2 is you just pick up the cloak and carry that with you.
I think we'll sort later.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put
And I may take the
Cloak.
cloak
full of. I'm gonna put
eventually.
sack full of. And you can have the cloak. Plant stuff
Yep, that works.
from Bear Guy. So we remember where it came from.
From the bear guy. All right. So what is everybody doing? Din is lying paralyzed on the ground. She's not moving. She's not speaking. She's awake. She's breathing.
Well,
I think we need to find a place to hole up for a couple days.
I don't think Din can move back to the campsite. Might we move the campsite over to Din?
Well, I'm fairly certain that our 7-foot-tall, 400-pound dragon can move the little woman relatively easily.
But we're already over here and I've done so much running tonight.
Is there anything up around the campfire?
Don't we have tents and things that we'll want to collect anyway?
Well, I was going to offer to stand guard over her while you guys went and moved the camp. It was a whole plan.
Tavern, there's nothing around the campsite. It's just a little fire. No, he doesn't seem to. He seems to be carrying everything he is traveling with on his person. So we're heading back to the campsite then for the night?
Yeah, hopefully Din will regain some agility.
Okay. You head back to the campsite. There's a roll I need to make here. When you get back to the campsite, something's been there. It's quite obvious because your tents are torn open. Your stuff has been rummaged through. It's very clear that your campsite has been completely ransacked.
Is there anything missing?
Roll a survival check for me. Anybody who's trained... Actually, no, just everybody. Everybody roll a survival check. That's fine.
I survived.
Okay, Harbeck and Rogar, you both are instantly aware. Whatever ransacked your camp wasn't an animal.
Who's been following us? This is the work of a blade, not a claw. Is anything missing? Check your things.
Okay, so everybody's going to go through
Check
their
our
things.
inventory.
What
Okay.
was the elves?
All of your rations are gone.
Sad.
Like, all of them. Everybody's rations, all gone. No rations left. You're missing a few bits and pieces. The first thing that's, instantly apparent as you go looking through all of your stuff is the little wooden box. The one that you haven't been able to open yet.
This is exceptionally bad.
If I put Din over my shoulder, do you think she can point me at the tracks?
She can't.
All right. At this point, Tabarin is taking his last vial of pure water and feeding it to Din.
The last vial of pure water. Okay. All right, Din.
Yes.
You feel your limbs limber up, and all of a sudden you are no longer paralyzed and can speak of your terrifying experience in the jaws of Frog.
Do I have all my dexterity back, or just enough to speak?
All of your dexterity is back.
Yes.
We need to track down whoever ransacked our stuff.
Can I sit for a minute? I was just eaten by a frog.
I'm afraid time might be of the essence. I'm a bit tired myself, but we've got to keep moving.
Okie dokie.
Don't forget, I suspect your wolf can help us track. Help you track.
So you guys are literally just breaking camp. I mean, your tents are ruined. They're wrecked. The food's gone. The box is gone. Collection, like, probably overall about half of the wealth that was in your camp. Gems, gold. Like about half of that is all gone as well.
Who leaves wealth in camp? You don't carry that on your... You don't sleep in all of your gear and carry that in your sleeping pouch?
Yeah, I was awake, so I probably did have all of mine.
Yeah, you would have had all of yours on you. And Din doesn't have any because...
Somebody else.
We don't let her carry it. We let Breed carry hers.
Breed carries all of her money. But yeah, so probably about half of the general wealth of, you know, what you had amongst your gear. And then on top of that, there was a fancy... What was it? It was a... I can't remember what you grabbed. It was a weapon that none of you were using, but you were carrying around. Had the symbol of Sarath on it.
Yeah, it was a Morningstar.
Morningstar.
Yep.
The Morningstar's gone as well.
Alright, delete.
Yeah. I couldn't remember who had it or what kind of weapon it was. I knew it was a weapon. I knew it had the symbol of Sarath on it. I couldn't remember what it was. Right. So... You're just breaking camp right now, middle of the night?
Well, yeah, I mean...
Yep. We're going.
We're going? Okay, can I...
we don't want to let him get a head start.
Din, is that the survival check I got you to roll to check the tents? Or the one...
Well, I was still unconscious when they were checking the tents. I mean, not able
you weren't
to
unconscious.
roll.
You weren't unconscious. You could have rolled that one for... But if you did roll it for the tracking, then that's what you rolled.
I rolled it for the tracking. It
Okay.
was a sad day. That includes my double bonus because I know this place.
Wow. All right. The Din sort of searches around camp. She's looking for tracks. Din, you can't find any. There's it's like a ghost was in the camp.
So I'm pretty sure they flew away, which is going to make them really hard to track.
What do we do?
Maybe
the point of coming across an ocean in a boat is gone. I was in a boat to take this thing across an ocean.
It's not totally gone. I mean,
Well, I guess maybe now would be a good time to go take you to meet my family.
Weren't your family going to eat Brieg or something?
Well, they still might, but we don't have anything else to do.
we can still ask questions. I mean, we don't have the box. When Brieg noticed that the box was gone, he heaved a huge sigh of relief, and then caught himself and was like, "Wait, this isn't a good thing." But I thought the elves probably would have no reason to target that box specifically, so it's probably not the elves. Anyway, we can still ask Rogar's tribes about what's going on, even if we can't show them the artifacts themselves. I mean, we don't know anything about what's happening. It seems like any insight they can shed would be helpful. But I'd love to meet your family, so either way.
Can I have an intelligence check from you, please, Din? Does it represent like knowledge?
Like a
about the terrain or just in general?
Just in general.
like
Oh, actually, no, it's specific to this area, so yeah, intelligence. Okay, so an 18. There is one... You shudder to think that this might be the case, but there is one possibility as to who might have taken the things. And like, you probably are loath to bring this up because it makes you completely uncomfortable. But there's a tribe in the immediate area, and they're not very friendly. A tribe of like cat-like people. And they're very, very stealthy and well known for stealing things and going through other people's business.
You know what else looks like it flew in?
No.
Well, there are these... I don't really like to go there because... I don't know if this is true all over, but around here, dogs and cats don't get along very well. But there are these... Well, this tribe of... They're sort of... Anyway, they're really sneaky and they like to take other people's stuff. And if you guys want to go find them, I can point out which way they probably are, but I don't want to go.
Wait. So you think it probably wasn't the lizard people, but it was cat people?
Well, I don't know.
That's fantastic news. No, all we have to do is wait for the box to explode on them.
What?
Well, you remember when we tried to open the box? They're gonna try to open the box. We wait for the explosion, we go in, we collect. That's
well-
super easy.
Well, I can get you
Curiosity
closer to
killed
where
the
the
cats.
Well, I can get you closer to... I mean, if we're going to go watch cats blow up, that sounds awesome. I can take us closer to where the cats will blow up.
Great. That's the best news I've had all night. Because all my news has been, you're getting eaten by a bear, you're getting eaten by a frog, and all your stuff is gone. So, I mean, any kind of, like, slightly not as bad... I'm going to stop now.
So, if we probably want to be there when they blow up, we should head out soon.
Okay.
Alright, so Din, you know the direction. Like, you deliberately steered the party away from this area because you didn't want to have to deal with them. So...
Now I'm going to put in all of my stealthiness and try and go hide near them.
Okay. So you're going to sneak through the forest and see if you can find... Well, you know where they camp or whereabouts they camp, roughly. You can probably track them down over there.
I was much sneakier before I got frogged.
Yeah, you still have your dexterity damage.
Brave. She looks like she's moving pretty quietly. How far back should I stay? You know
okay.
how to be quiet. How far back should I stay?
If they see you, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, she got eaten by a frog because of you, Harbeck.
Because of me. I punched a bear in the face.
A lot, apparently.
Because of me.
I think you've just stated the problem, though. You were punching a bear when you could have been punching a frog in the face.
Exactly.
I don't think the blame should go on Harbeck. It was Brig who
In
went
my
to
defense,
save her and
when
then
you
ran
run
away.
in the middle of the night into a fight and you see a 15-foot bear, that's the thing you punch. It just is. I didn't have time to pick bear or frog. I didn't even see a frog. There was I punched a bear. It tackled me.
If you weren't so darn lovable.
I tried to kill that last frog, but There was a 1,500-pound bear eating my dwarf. I felt like I had to do something about that.
Oh, you called me my dwarf.
Oh,
Bring it in. Come here.
we've got to have our token Brieg and Harbeck hug moment for the session. There we go.
Part
Not
2.
even sobbing during this hug. It's like
Harbeck
the
and
first
Brieg hug. And Din introduces in character.
Okay, so you are continuing to head through the forest looking for the cat people's camps, right? That's the plan of attack here.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna go find the cat people and then probably die to them because we're all beat up and used all of our resources.
No. We're going to just watch them and watch them and watch them until there's a fireball, and then we win.
Yeah.
It's a
my
great
plan
plan.
anyway.
All right.
Okay.
Nothing could go wrong. Don't say that out loud. Stop.
I'm gonna make it go right. Let's go find them.
Let's go find them. All right.
Do the
Can I get-
cats? Do the cats speak common? Din,
Oh,
the cat people. Will we be able to communicate with them?
A voice from above says, "Yes, yes, they do speak common."
I think so, but I've never tried to talk to them.
That's fair.
Probably.
Okay. So, you're heading through the forest late at night. You're all beat up. Brieg is lagging behind rather than being his usual sprightly self. He's obviously suffering a little bit from the paralytic poison. And you're getting no rest while you head off in the direction of the camp.
You know what
Still
Harbeck needs? Another
still more
level of
dexterous than
exhaustion.
Rogar.
That's exactly what Harbeck needs.
More exhaustion! Hooray! Off-tanker, why would you say that? I was hoping that would not be remembered.
Yeah.
Okay.
The lizards kill the people that open the box, so it's fine.
And then take the box.
Well, we'll be there to finish killing them after they have a fight with the cats.
Hopefully the cats hold their own just a bit.
Right. You're wandering through the forest. It's late at night. It's dark. Can I have perception checks from everybody? And are we all being stealthy or trying to be stealthy, or what's the story?
I'm just staying really far away because I'm bad at stealthy.
Yeah, we are doing some party stealth shenanigans. I just rolled a 0 on my perception check. That's right, a 0.
A 0.
You know there's no 0 on the die. They don't make dice with numbers that low.
0.
They should. They should. I think. They definitely should. Okay, so you're wandering through the forest. It's late at night. It's dark. You hear all the ambient sounds of the forest. There's Tabarin. You're paying a lot of attention to what's going on in the forest right now. Like a lot of attention. And off in the distance, you see a winking light. Nothing like the campfire light from the location. It's completely different, and at the same time, quite familiar.
Familiar how?
You swear you've seen something like this before.
But I can't place it per se.
It's...
Does it make me think of the necklace that I'm wearing?
It does, yeah. You find yourself sort of playing with it.
Follow me, guys. Quiet. This way.
I thought Din was the one that knew where the cats were.
I'm just staying far enough back that I can do quiet. I am perfectly willing to follow whoever is in line of sight. That's fine.
Yeah, I
go
I
with
guess you're
Tavern.
you're gonna have to have that conversation with Din because
I'm a little I don't know. Sometimes I question Tabern's motives. Like, remember that time when he disappeared into a puddle of mud?
No, he reappeared in a puddle of mud.
He disappeared
Not
quite
sure I want
normally.
to follow him places, you know?
Tabern's heading off towards that light.
Oh, the last time someone wandered off, I got eaten by a bear. Let's go.
I guess we'll find the cats later.
Okay. This is the situation you're in. You should be able to see a very faint light off in the distance to the top right.
Hey, yep.
I should. I do. It's sparkly.
Okay.
Oh, Roll20's light system is so spiffy.
I know, isn't it? I love it. So good. All right. So you're heading off in that direction. Are you being careful? Are you being stealthy? What's the situation?
Mostly curious, not moving at any particular fast pace, but I'm not particularly grand at being quiet, so just
Tabern, where are we
normal.
going? What is that?
Anybody trained in Arcana? I think there's a couple of you. Can roll an Arcana check for me.
I am not actually trained. I'm just...
Just
highly
surprisingly good at it.
Yeah.
As you get closer and the light is less obscured by trees and things, Tavern, you realize what it is. It's a wisp. And a memory from long ago, floods back to you of a wisp in a forest.
Aren't there legends about following will-o-wisps? I thought that always ended badly.
Doesn't end badly. Not always. I continue towards the wisp.
Okay. As you get closer to the wisp, you notice a massive, it seems to be hovering in and around and behind a massive sort of it's a broken statue. It's not a statue because it's lying on the ground, but the ruined head of a statue, and it's huge. You can only, if this was part of a full, if there was a torso to this statue would have been monstrous. Towering, you could probably extrapolate 100 feet into the sky. Absolutely massive, and the visage on the head of the statue is like nothing you've seen, like no race you've ever seen before. And as you sort of get fairly close to the statue, the wisps sort of duck down behind them.
And disappear?
Ah, well, you can't see them anymore. Yeah. There doesn't seem to be any light.
Gonna examine the statue, pull vines and shrubs away from it.
Okay. So, yeah, it's this huge head. It's obviously part of a ruined statue because there's a severance at its neck that would suggest that there was more to the statue than just this head. You can't see any, anything else, any other part of the statue lying around, just this huge head. Like, the eyes are large enough that you could comfortably sit inside of them, The mouth, which is slightly open, looks like it could even be, even Harbeck could probably squeeze his way inside the mouth of the head. Which is saying something because of how round Harbeck is.
How dense is the plant cover here? Because Harbeck's trying to stay back because he knows he's not good at sneaky. And I just want to know if I can see that there's something interesting up there and then get curious and go bounding forward.
Yeah, you would be able to see it. Because of your dark vision, you can definitely see, the actual head.
Okay, then Harbeck forgets that he's trying to be stealthy and is like, ooh.
Ooh.
Does it look like the body could be buried? Because you can't move something this big. Could it be underground?
Possibly.
I wonder if the rest of
difficult
it's
to tell.
underground. Harbeck thumps the ground with his feet, trying to feel out big rocks under there.
Why would you build a statue underground? Oh, you're a dwarf. Never mind.
We do lots of things underground, but not typically build statues. But ground does tend to pile up. Like leaves fall from trees, turns into dirt, and it could bury things. If this is really, really old, could be buried under there.
Are you suggesting that we're standing on top of 80 feet worth of deadfall from the forest?
Holds a forest? Could be.
I don't think that's how it works. If that was how it worked... Yeah, never mind. I don't think that's how it works.
No, that's totally how dirt works.
Yeah, there are little critters that eat all that stuff so the forest doesn't bury itself.
Well, then
But
they
he's a
poop,
dwarf. He knows about dirt.
and that replaces what they ate.
There's a
It's-
finite amount of matter. It can't just build up.
Oh, no. Trees are terrifying things. They can
Are
do.
we gonna camp
they
here,
can
or
do
did
stuff.
you
They
guys-
grow out of nothing.
They don't.
They can grow out of a rock. Have you seen a tree growing out of a rock? What's that tree made of? There's no
they-
dirt there.
They absorb nutrients from the soil
No,
and,
they're made of air. I'm
and
sure of it.
gases from the
It's
air.
good science. Yeah, they absorb the air. That's right. They're trying to make us all suffocate.
No, they absorb the bad things out of the air. It doesn't hurt. It helps. Never mind.
I don't know why Harbeck is paranoid about trees. I'm going to stop.
Because Harbeck is a little bit of the dwarf from Order of the
I
Stick.
guess,
Just a little
yeah.
bit.
Do you? So, do you know what trees are made into?
Fire.
Wooden
If
planks.
you're doing it right.
And do you know what wooden planks are made into?
Boats. That's
You
right.
can't trust trees. Trees.
The only
float.
good bit of trees is if you make it into an axe haft.
Or a barrel?
Or a barrel. That's right. Got to singe up the insides, get a good smoky flavour.
Rogar, I sent you a message. And Tabrin, no, there's nothing familiar going on there.
I
Right.
don't like this thing. Makes me uncomfortable.
And it really actually does.
It also makes me uncomfortable when my Dragonborn rolls Constitution saving throws.
As you guys all turn around, you hear a metallic clunk, and when you turn around, Rogar is lying on the ground.
Briggs' initial reaction is to run away because anything that can hurt the Dragonborn is terrifying. But then I'm getting closer to this creepy statue, and I run back, and then I don't know what to do, and I just sit down. I don't like this.
What happened?
What's going on?
Oh.
I don't like it here.
I mean,
What's-
it appears to be safer near the statue than away from it, apparently. What?
Rogar. Rogar.
Harbeck backs up until he can feel the stone behind him. Good, safe stone. Trees ate Rogar.
I'm gonna do a perception check, see if I can see anything now that I'm up closer near where Rogar is.
As you sort of step past the brig that's sitting on the ground to investigate what's going on with the Rogar, you hear a slightly, actually a lot softer thunk as Brig lies down on the ground.
I don't like.
Everyone back up.
Stay out of the trees! They're taking all the air! People are suffocating!
I go on a full defensive.
Okay.
Looking around to see if I see anything. Tell the others to back away.
Bree, get your magic rope and... Oh. That's a problem.
And I will
Ooh,
bend
I'm
down
doing that
to
without
see if I
having
can
had
see
to roll the Constitution.
any sort of cause to why these two fell over.
Roll a perception check for me.
Or
Puppies.
a different one, or the one I rolled.
Actually, no, because you were investigating them originally, weren't you?
I was investigating around, so investigating the two, I will roll a separate one.
Okay. Alrighty.
Din, what do we do? You know this forest. Everyone's over there, falling asleep.
Yeah,
or dying,
I'm already
or
asleep.
whatever's happening.
I fell asleep while you two were arguing because it's late and I'm tired and I was eaten by a frog.
Right, but look at our friends.
You're gonna have to wake me up first because I'm sleeping.
Shake the Din.
What?
Look at our
As
friends.
you look
in the
over at your
trees.
compatriots, Tabarin falls to his knees and slumps into the undergrowth.
What?
What does the forest do to these people? Why?
Shh, it's late. Can't we just nap for a minute? You found some rocks.
Our friends might be dying. I need to know what's happening. Do you
They
have
don't
any
look
idea?
like that.
Everyone who's walked over there to try to help has just collapsed.
Well, don't go over there then.
But then how do we help them?
I know. I have some magic rope in my backpack.
Well, that's a good... thump. I assume.
Harbeck collapses almost on top of you.
What the? Sure, now he's tired. I'm going back to sleep.
You're just going to go back to sleep.
Well, yeah, it's clearly nap time. Everyone else is sleeping. I was already sleeping.
The Din's just like, oh good. It's finally time to sleep. We're not chasing those cats after. Like, just nope.
Din, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
You actually notice something, because you were looking at Harbeck, talking to him, trying to get him to
Uh-huh.
go away and let you sleep. You actually saw what happened to Harbeck. There's a small feathered dart sticking out of his neck.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna hide.
I hope that Din knows Harbeck well enough to hear "I told you so" in his voice, in her mind.
Right now. Okay, so Din, you're going to try and, like...
Hide. I'm hiding.
Hide?
I don't want to get shot with a dart. If I can pull the dart out of Harbeck while I'm hiding, I will do that.
Yeah, I'll allow you to do that.
Okay. I don't know if that's going to help, but that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. You're hiding in a tree, or behind a tree. All of your compatriots are lying on the ground, unconscious.
This sucks. Harbeck. Wake up. I feel like I should leave, but I don't think I should leave you guys here. I'm just gonna hide.
You're just going to continue to hide?
Yep.
If something wanted us darted, it probably would come collect us, or
That's what I'm thinking. I'll
look
just follow
for you
it.
because they probably saw all five of us to be able to target us. Like we were just standing in the open talking.
Well, now I'm hiding. Maybe they'll just think I went missing. It happens.
Two shadowy figures, Din, step out of the undergrowth,
Shadowy figures.
wearing black robes.
Oh, no,
Hoods
it's the
pulled up.
lizard guys.
And they start to make their way over to your friends. They're speaking, but you can't understand what they're saying. You can't see their faces. They're in too much shadow.
I don't speak parcel tongue.
They approach your friends, and they get to about here. And they seem to be looking around for something.
Quick solo combat, kill 'em both. I mean, do what Din would do. Not what Harbeck would try to do and fail.
Seemingly satisfied with whatever they were looking at your friends, they start to move around the forest. Clearly searching for something.
I hope it's not me.
Brieg continues to snore lightly.
Harbeck continues to snore not lightly.
You don't hear Brieg's light snoring over Harbeck's less light snoring.
They're still talking to each other. As they look around.
Din practices sitting really still and breathing through her open mouth.
It's not hard to breathe less loudly than Harbeck that you're right next to.
Yeah, Harbeck is like providing covering noise.
That's so nice of him.
Brieg has been sleeping a lot better since he met Harbeck, because Harbeck is kind of like a white noise machine.
That's part of the bromance. It's
Yeah.
like he might not be fully conscious of why he has this affinity, but part of it is he's just been sleeping better. Just feels comfortable.
Okay, they sort of group back up and they're talking. You still can't understand a word they're saying. It's not a language that you understand. You can hear the words clearly but don't understand it. They both walk towards the statue of the head, or the head statue, the ruin on the ground, and they say something under their breath. Roll a perception check.
Ooh, memorize the thing.
Yeah, I bet not.
Din was paying attention to not being seen.
Yeah.
And as they say
very
that,
relieved
the
when
mouth
they seem to stop looking for
the
him.
mouth opens so that it's large enough for a human to walk through quite comfortably. They walk inside the head, the mouth closes, and they disappear.
Harbeck, did you... Damn it, you're asleep.
Would this be a good moment to pause for our next YouTube segment?
Yes, I think this would be a good one.
Okay. So that is what we shall do. If you're watching on YouTube, the next segment will be out whenever I get around to doing these on a schedule. By the time I'm releasing this one, it might actually be every few days, because I'm way behind in real life at this moment. Stop talking. That's awkward. If you're watching on Twitch, we'll be back in 3 minutes.